Torrey Smith is back at practice.
Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share cool things like Facebook and Renan and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, don't forget to hit the bell notification, man. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. I upload randomly, so I don't want you guys to miss out. So definitely hit the bell notification, man. When you see the squeaking lines, you know you have been notified. And guys, Torrey Smith is back at practice, so we got to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Another player obviously has been sitting out, so it looks like he's not going to play on Sunday. And I feel like, man, the Panthers should kind of go in a different direction as far as the receiving core, and I definitely got to talk about that. So we got a lot to talk about, guys, so let's get started. So Torrey Smith has been back at practice, and he practiced all 3 practices. So it looks like he might make his return to the team. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm not really for that. You know what I'm saying? If you watch my videos, you know I'm not really a big Torrey Smith fan. I felt like he was a waste of money. We paid him $5 million, and he hasn't really produced. He's been injured, I think, for like 3 or 4 weeks now. And even when he was there, I think the best game he had was against the Eagles, where he did, you know, he made some clutch catches, but for the most part, he hasn't really done much. So for me, I'm not necessarily happy to see Torrey Smith back in the rotation, because like I said, I don't think he produces for what we're paying him. And you know, I personally thought we should have cut him a while ago and let, you know, the young guys play, because it seems like the young players are stepping up. So Torrey Smith coming back is not a great thing for me, but you know, it was gonna happen eventually. So you know, I kind of accept it, but I thought he was gonna come back and not start, which I hope happens, because like I said, he's not producing to the level that we're paying him. We paid him $5 million to be a speedster, and I don't think he had one long touchdown run yet. Like I mean, from my recollection, the person who had the longest touchdown runs was Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore. Curtis Samuel side to side, DJ Moore vertically. You know what I'm saying? DJ Moore had a catch against the Falcons where he caught the ball and took it to the house, and you know, Curtis Samuel had the end around. So for me, Torrey Smith has not been living up to his billing. He's not been living up to what, you know, was expected of him when he came there. So I really don't want him to be back in the rotation. But you know, like I said, it's to be expected, and I think Ron Rivera is going to give him the nod. We'll see if you know anything can happen. Obviously, you know, they might want to, you know, be slow with him. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think because he practiced in all 3 practices, man, they're probably going to have him, you know, back in the lineup, and maybe we're probably starting, because like I said, he was a starter before he left. But I ain't gonna lie, man, I think these young guys, you know, kind of should beat him out for his position. But I know the Panthers organization, and even Ron Rivera, likes to lean with the veteran players. That's how they do things. But I don't know, man. In this situation, I don't think that's the best course of action. And conversely, another player is sitting out, you know what I'm saying, which is it's kind of interesting, obviously. And that player is Devin Funchess. Devin Funchess has stated, you know, obviously he missed his, like, I think 3rd practice, whatever, so he's probably not going to play on Sunday. But what they're saying is a back injury. And to me, it's kind of fishy to me, man. It's kind of fishy to me, because it seems like this always happens. It seems like this is always so coincidental to me, in the sense that he had a horrible game against Detroit. He sucked it up. You know what I'm saying? Played like trash. Dropped a bunch of passes that were hitting him right in the hands. He dropped a touchdown pass. He was just dropping a bunch of stuff. Now, mind you, Devin Funchess has dealt with injury before. Last year, he had a shoulder injury. You know what I'm saying? He was still catching balls. He played pretty good even with a shoulder injury. But now, he has a back injury. And he had a horrible game against Detroit. And now, you know, he has a back injury. He's not going to play. He's, you know, injured, whatever. And to me, like, you know, it's just fishy. I don't think he's really injured, in my opinion. Because, I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm going to give you another example, whatever, right? Tom Brady. Tom Brady had a bad game against the Titans. And now it's like, oh, man, the injury report came out that Tom Brady's knee has been nagging him. Listen, man, all right? You had a bad game. You sucked it up. Devin Funchess had a bad game. He sucked it up. Now, mind you, I've been kind of critical on Devin Funchess, because I did a little research on Devin Funchess, man. I like the Devin Funchess, but, you know, he hasn't had a 100-yard game since last year. He hasn't had a 1,000-yard season, you know, since he's been on our team. Now, mind you, I don't even count the first 2 seasons, because, again, he was, you know, in a, you know, reserve world. He was coming in, out, whatever, right? But if you think about it, even Kevin Benjamin in his overweight, underweight, in shape, whatever situation, he had a 1,000-yard season. You know what I'm saying? So Devin Funchess still doesn't have a 1,000-yard season, you know. And I feel like, man, it's just baloney, man. I feel like he's you know, fabricating. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, your back don't hurt you, man. You know what I'm saying? And then what's worse about it is that players play with nagging injuries all the time. They always say, right? You know what I'm saying? You play hurt, you don't play injured. So players, obviously you get hit all the time, you know what I'm saying? You're sore, you're bruised, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff's happening. So you play hurt. You just don't play injured. When there's an injury, when there's a tear, when there's stuff like that, whatever, that's when you don't play. But like hurt, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't know, man. I feel like Devin Funchess, you know, against Detroit, the lights were too bright. He was at his own hometown. You know what I'm saying? He just started sucking it up. You know what I'm saying? And it happened. I feel like, you know, it happens to him. So in Detroit, he played like trash. And now his back's hurting him. I don't really believe it, man. Because the funny thing is, they never have an injury after a good game. When it's a good game for a player, or when it's a good game from Devin Funchess, he's 100% healthy. Oh, man, I balled. I'm healthy, right? But he has a bad game, and I mean a horrendous game. And he's like, oh, man, it's my aching back. Or, oh, man, it's my aching knee. Listen, man. At the end of the day, you play through injury. You play through, you know, being hurt, whatever. You play, that's how you play the game, whatever. Now, mind you, can I say his back is not really injured? No, I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know his body. But it just seems too coincidental to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, it just seems too coincidental. And they're known to, teams are known to, you know what I'm saying? Patriots do a lot, but just teams in general are known to, you know, kind of fabricate and be, you know, kind of iffy on, you know, injury reports. Sometimes you'll see teams do some iffy stuff on injury reports because they don't want a team to know that, okay, this person's eliminated because they're a threat, or this person is, you know, is going to be there because, you know what I'm saying? So there's definitely times that players are injured, but they still are put on the depth chart, whatever, or still able to play because they could be a decoy, stuff like that. So I'm just saying, I'm not, you know, 100% sold on this situation because I think he just had a bad game, and he don't, you know what I'm saying, and they're like, you don't know what's going on with him and all that stuff. I think that might be, you know, kind of working here, man. But listen, you had a bad game, suck it up, move on, and keep on going, man. But this back injury thing, I'm not really sold on it. But to me, what I honestly want to happen is, I hope Torrey Smith and Devin Funchess both don't play. Because I feel like our most productive receivers have been on the bench. And that's DJ Moore and that's Curtis Samuel. Now, mind you, DJ Moore is getting a lot more snaps because they've been seeing how great he is. Obviously, you know, against Detroit, he had an 82-yard run. He caught a touchdown pass. He had 159 yards total. He breaks tackles. He's very physical, you know, runner after the catch. And he's a pretty good receiver. You know what I'm saying? He catches the ball well. DJ Moore's a baller, right? But a lot of people know, which I see article after article after article, about Curtis Samuel balling, and he gets very limited snaps. Now, mind you, I want y'all to take this into consideration. Curtis Samuel has just as much receiving touchdowns as Devin Funchess. Let that sink in. Curtis Samuel started 2 games. Devin Funchess started 10 games, and Curtis Samuel has the same amount of touchdowns. So why would we not play DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel? And I want you to think about something else too, man. In 2015, when Cam Newton had his best season, who was his receivers? Ted Ginn and Philly Brown. 2 short speedster receivers that blew the top off the, you know what I'm saying, off the field, and teams couldn't really stick with us. That's who his receiving core was. And obviously you had Greg Olsen and obviously whatever, you know, Jonathan Stewart, all that stuff. But basically his 2 main receivers were 2 shorter receivers. Now mind you, Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore are both fast receivers. I think DJ Moore ran a 4.4, Curtis Samuel ran a 4.3. They're both stock receivers that can take, you know, hits and break tackles pretty well. And I think they'll be really good with Cam, man. I think Cam will do really well with them. You know what I'm saying? I think DJ Moore is a better route runner than Curtis Samuel. But Curtis Samuel can run routes too. And they both attack the ball. So I think they can be a, you know, really good duo for Cam. And you still got Christian McCaffrey who's catching most of the passes anyways. So if you need a safety net, you got your safety net. I think the Panthers should, you know, because Devin Funchess is going to be a free agent. Torrey Smith is, you know, on a 1-year deal. He's going to be a free agent. I think we should just be like, hey, let these 2 guys, you know what I'm saying, be our 2 starters, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, and ride out. You know what I'm saying, Jarius Wright in the slot or whatever, and then, you know, Demir Burr will be the relief guy. But we gotta figure something out, man, because Devin Funchess is not living up to the billing, and Torrey Smith has not been living up to the 1-year contract that we gave him. So, in my opinion, I would go with DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel and see what they can do, because I really think if we had those two guys on the field, I think our offense would grow, because like I said, they're producing the most. We already do end arounds and all that other stuff with them, but we could do a lot more with them, man. I think they're kind of getting limited, especially Curtis Samuel. They're getting limited to just, you know, trick play receivers when they can be all around receivers, man. So if it was me, I'm going DJ and Curtis, and I'm telling Torrey, sit down. Devin, sit down. Let me go with the young guys, see what they can do, man. And if they ball out, you might be able to let Devin walk and let Torrey walk and just have these two guys as our receivers. And maybe draft one in the draft or something. Well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the show with things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, get in the comment section, man. How do you feel about Torrey Smith probably coming back? Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about Devin Funchess, you know, injury. Do you really think he's injured, or you think he's just mad because he played a horrible game against Detroit? Let me know in the comment section about that. And finally, how do you feel about my premise of just letting DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel be the starting 2 receivers? Because to be honest with you, I think Curtis Samuel's lived at 5'11", DJ Moore's like 5'10", 5'11". I think they're pretty good size, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the height thing is kind of getting overrated. And don't get me wrong, I was one of them in the beginning, but I see talent, man. And from what I'm seeing, DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel have talent. And, you know, look at Tyreek Hill. He's a short receiver, but he's balling out, man. So, I ain't gonna lie, I think that would be the best course of action. So, let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. Make sure you copy your apparel, LCameraTV shirts. You know what I'm saying? Shirts, hats, mugs, all types of cool stuff. The link's in the description below. Check it out. Custom apparel. If you custom apparel, definitely take a picture of it. Put it on your IG, your Instagram, and tag me at LCamera25. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you a shout out and show love. You know what I'm saying? So definitely cop some apparel soon. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Support the channel. Support me. You already know what it is. Check out the Patreon page. That link's also in the description below. Support the channel, man. Join the Patreon. Whatever. Exclusive content. Shout out. Blooper reels. All kinds of cool stuff, man. Check out the Patreon page. And check out my dog Renan. This video is going to be at the very end of mine, at the end screen. Very funny dude, very talented dude. Like I said, I did my Thanksgiving video. If you haven't watched it yet, definitely go watch that, man. It's hilarious. A lot of people liked it, man. So definitely go show love to the Thanksgiving video. I was doing a giveaway, but there's a winner. And I think I might tell you who the winner is on my next video. I don't know. I'll see how I feel about that. But definitely, there was a winner. The people here hit me up about it. I told them, but there is a winner. So that contest is over, but still show love to the video, man. Check it out, whatever. Share it with your Panther family, friends, anybody Panther related, anybody football related, you know what I'm saying, anybody, anything related, anybody Seahawks related. Share it with them, man. Let them know LCameraTV is working Panther Nation working for LCameraTV. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for always showing love, and hopefully y'all had a happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? I had my little vegan Thanksgiving at the house. Y'all already know what it is, man. But thank y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all had great, you know what I'm saying, like I said, great Thanksgiving, man. And you know, I'm going to see y'all next time. Peace.